is looking for is you to call and check in and say, I love you. But you're waiting for the parent to call and say, I love you. So it starts with you. So we should just let everybody pick up the phone, and we do it. So we would be like, all right, we're going to go call our moms and say, I love you. You know? So it's just these little takeaways so people can go and do it. And it's like, if you don't want to do it, sure, but that's how you're going to change your life, with action. Massive action changes your life.
This is amazing. I'm so glad we got to Fumans at the end, because I hadn't actually heard the concept of the podcast, and I love that it's kind of like a not perfect look at everyone's lives.
You'll hear Sage appear in the podcast while we're editing. I'm like, that's my dog in the background barking because she wants featuring. She would like to feature every episode.
That's amazing. But we're going to move on to our game, because as you said, you are a massive Tony Robbins fan, and this game is called the Tony Robbins Quote Game.
Let's do this.
So, to say it right, Shireen has gone through all the quotes. Some of these are Tony Robbins, some of them are not. However, we're going to put us to the test and see if we can figure it out.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm challenging that this has not been researched properly.
She was like, this is Google page 1, and I was like, you know what, I can't even deny it right now.
And it's
I'm
not
a
from the Tony Robbins
person.
website, because a lot of these things have been said by Tony, but also could have been said by other people, because Tony quotes other people. So...
But for the sake of today, let's just...
Maybe they are the original quote that Tony has resaid incorrectly. So they could be... Sure, I got you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Making it worse
Make
a little
this the
bit.
teaser for the video.
Was it Google page 1 or...
It was definitely Google page 1. I'm not even going to front. I'm not even going to front.
I can tell by some of them. Motivational quotes by Tony Robbins.
Straight up. Okay, let's start with Casey.
No, I think we'll do it together.
You want to do it together? It's
So,
I wish I had a
Hiba,
buzzer
do you want to read it
situation.
out?
All right, great things never come from comfort zones.
What is your take on that? Tony or not to Tony?
I mean,
And you can still argue if he's already said it.
I think, listen, I've definitely heard him say something within the lines of this. I don't know. It seems very like meh for Tony.
Because mind you guys, she's probably memorized.
Yeah, I know a lot of his
Tony.
content, and he has a lot of content. So, and these don't really stand out for me like as major Tony.
He doesn't give you the
That's sure
Tony
trying to
confidence.
test you. She wants to give it easy.
Yeah.
That was
Great
from
things
Google page 2.
never come from comfort zones.
Tony or not Tony? I love it.
Let's
She's
see.
manifesting the answer.
Yeah, I'm going with intuition. I'm going to say he has said this, but I'm sure he's quoted it off somebody else, because this is a very generic.
Yes, this is a generic one.
Yeah.
So generic, in fact, that I wrote that it was written by someone called Random.
Yeah,
because
random.
the name did not
this is
pop
so.
up on
This is
Google search.
yeah. Because I also think I say this a lot of the times. Great things never come from comfort zone. It's such a generic term.
I was going to say no, because I feel like it's not strong enough.
Yeah.
I thought that she would go for a strong one.
Yeah. It's like
basis
it
of
sounds
these
like
quotes.
generic. Yeah.
So
Okay.
second one, if
Next
you do
up.
what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten.
That is a Tony.
Yeah?
Yes. He has definitely said this.
What about you, Case?
Yeah, I reckon that's his philosophy. If you stay traveling the same path, you'll continue on that path.
Yes.
So I'm going
You
to say...
went to when he went to Coca-Cola Arena, right? You were here for that, yeah.
Yeah.
I also think he might say it in other words, but I mean, the philosophy is very Tony philosophy.
You guys are both correct.
Yeah.
It is Tony.
So,
It is Tony.
Ding, 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 ding.
Most of these successful people I've known are the ones who do more listening than talking. Hiba.
Yes, Tony.
Yes, Tony.
Hiba.
Okay.
He does say this as well, but it's not one of his major philosophies. I do know other public speakers that this is their main philosophy, like Dan Lok, like Grant Cardone.
Grant Cardone.
But Tony talks a lot about successful people all the time.
I know,
That's
But
like
does he say anything about listening?
Yeah, and he talks
talking?
about big names, and then he talks about what he's learned from them sometimes, right?
Yeah, that's true. He has a lot. He has a book, The Titans, where he interviewed more than 1,000 successful people. Now, it shouldn't be this hard, right?
Well, if some of the answers are random, I mean...
It's so...
No, it's just that one. It's just that one.
I can't
This one
believe-
has a name. Hi. Hello.
I'm going to say no.
No?
I don't.
Casey.
I said,
she said yes.
I said yes.
You said yes? It is by Bernard Baruch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thought it was like
it's not Tony.
pretty loud.
I don't know how we're doing this.
It's okay. I get a point. That's correct.
In life, you either need inspiration or desperation. Is that a Tony Robbins quote?
If you in life, you either need inspiration or desperation. Now, his philosophy is definitely about you need to have enough pain in order to move on in life. Has he said it in these words? That is very suspect for me. It sounds more of like these quotes that you would get on Pinterest, actually. Is it a Pinterest? But I'm going desperation.
Tell me your answer first, and I'll let you
source
know.
is Pinterest.
Yeah, her source is Pinterest.
Earlier random.
Because it's inspiration or desperation. I don't know if you would use the word desperation. That's what's throwing me off. And I don't like that you're affirming me because you might be just trying to mislead me somewhere. All right, I'm going to go with no, just with gut. This is not a Tony.
And I'm going to also go with no, because I think that it's not just inspiration or desperation you need in life, right? That's not the only drive. There should be more factors to drive you.
Tony says there's his about life is that you need to have enough pain to change. That's one of his things. But I don't know if it's desperate. So it could be that he said it somehow, but I would like to validate the source of this. Because
it goes back to my Google searches.
Yeah.
Yes, according to my first page Google search, it is Tony. But you're right. He could have said something else because as an avid Tony fan, I mean, I don't even know him and I don't feel like he would say the word desperation.
But it's possible that he's resaid it a number of times. And it's,
he has these like quotes that are like, boom, they're Tony. Like massive action. Like if you had massive action written anywhere there, that is Tony. And he probably says you can't move forward in life without massive action. That's a Tony. Because Tony's
straight up,
when he says where focus goes, energy flows. That's a Tony. Right? These are key things that everybody who goes to his events.
That's that Instagram post you see everywhere.
We recite it, you know? When he goes, where focus goes, we say energy flows, right? These are quite generic. Like, he could have said it in a podcast from the 1,000 years he's done podcasts, you know what I mean?
Facts, honestly. Okay, next. The quality of your life is the quality of your relationships. I know Hiba has something to say about this as well.
Yes, see, Tony has something called the triad, and the triad says the quality of your life is the quality of your thoughts, and your emotions.
Yeah.
And then he goes into the triad of how to change that. If he's doing a relationship program, and I've done his relationship program, he would say this. He would say the quality of your life is the quality of your relationship.
Okay.
So it's, again, very niche of what... It's not a generic Tony thing, but if he's doing a relationship program, he would say it.
Like something someone probably transcribed from a recording of one of these sessions.
100%. Because then he would say this. My memory is jogging me back to Life Mastery, which is about relationships. And he does say the quality of your life is the quality of your relationships.
There we go. Tony. Yeah. I mean, have you met him actually?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, I have.
Do you have do you have a moment
I
that you
had
remember?
a big hug with him. So I didn't have like those like transformation thing, but the first time I ever went to an event, they said the first person who goes and like does this master program, you go behind the scenes to meet him. When they were advertising this program, I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. The minute they said meet him, I was like, I'm done. Let's go. You know? And I got on stage. You could give him a hug and like you speak to him for like 30 seconds. I mean,
is he super personable?
He is super. His energy is amazing. He's such a huge guy. Like when I put my arms around him, I couldn't wrap it, and my head reached his chest. And like I'm tall, so yeah, he's a big guy. He's a big guy, but he's full of amazing energy. Like he's just kind.
This makes me want to watch a Tony Robbins video. I feel very left behind. Really,
I mean, you should. And a lot of people have this misconception because they see like 30 seconds about Tony online that he's like big and aggressive and he screams. But like if you're spending 3 days with him, you get to see all sides of his personality. You see when he's emotional. You see when he cries. You see when he connects with you. You know, you see when he's meditating. It's all different sides of him, and then you see the crazy macho sides as well. So it's beautiful because none of us are one personality. We're all multiple. This personality at work is different than your personality at home or with different people. Of your friends, different phases of you show up. So. Yeah, I am always like when people go like he's a big like masculine guy, he's always screaming. I'm like he's a big softie too.
He's a connector. That's what you said, and that's what it looks like from the small amount of times I've seen him on TV. He's a connector. If you've like never done an event and you want like a life-changing event, go to his 3-day UPW. You at least
become friends with amazing people. I'm friends with so many people from around the world that are like just good, genuine friends because we met in that setting.
Yeah.
And you build these genuine relationships. Don't go for him, go for the friendships that you'll build because they're amazing.
I feel like you meet people with the same mentality of wanting to change their life. 100%,
100%. And then it shows you like that your story isn't that bad because like the first time I ever went to Tony, the lady sitting next to me was in her 40s and she was raped by like 1,000 men between the age of like 0 to like 15 or 16, and then was, you know, she had this horrible story and she's sitting there laughing, dancing, partying, and you're just like,
shit.
Yeah, and my major problem is I lost a million dirhams. That's not yeah, I lose that again over that, right?
It's incredible.
So yeah, it just gives you another perspective of life.
Definitely watching a Tony Robbins video later. Guys.
Watch Netflix. I Am Not Your Guru.
I'm Not Your Guru. Yeah. Done. Sorted. So for this bit, you are correct. It is very much Tony.
Seems like Tony.
And thank you so much for
joining us. Thank you guys.
Yeah, it's been an amazing talk. And same time, same place next week,
Thank
you guys.
Thank you so much, Hiba. That was amazing. Bye, guys. See you soon.
Bye-bye.